2021 Polaris XP Turbo XP. I don't know. Bought it and wanted to get the rock sliders after the first ride out, where we almost dragged across a tree trying to come up a hill, and actually did drag across it and tore off the little hubcap and shit like that. So I was like, you know what, just to be safe, at least this will somewhat keep it off the door. Maybe, I don't know. Here's what we're looking at. You know, they don't stick out real far, but these are the EliteWill ones. They're definitely straight out of China. Didn't really realize it until after I purchased their combo package, which is the spare tire carrier and the rock sliders. Here's how it went. The company actually was pretty quick to make it right. They worked with me and everything, and even gave me a discount because half the hardware, or like 3/4 of the hardware, wasn't there. So I just went out and picked up some metric Allen head bolts to put in there. The spare tire carrier is pretty fucking heavy duty. Like, I guess it probably weighs like 28 to 30 pounds. Definitely not a thin wall steel. The clamps are pretty heavy duty. I'm not super happy that they won't close all the way. There's no instructions that come with any of it, but it's kind of easy to figure out. Like, you can't just put it on and slide it up there, because with these 2021s, or whenever they started doing this, the cage on both sides is completely even, right? There's no, it doesn't angle one way or the other. So you can't put it on and slide it down or slide it up. So what you have to do is, I went through and I just took off the top 2 bolts, and that gave me just enough room to have some movement there. I fitted in there, and then I started slowly putting my bolts in and tightening them. You know, you tighten them kind of, I just do cross pattern with stuff like this. But it seems pretty solid. It's fucking heavy. I mean, it weighs a good amount, man. And the shit doesn't, I mean, it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. So they didn't supply those bolts. I had to go buy them, but they supplied the lug nuts and shit, which is, you know, that's pretty cool. So it fits, it's close with the 29-inch. I had to move the speaker a little bit, and it just barely fits, but I'm pretty sure this is where it's supposed to be. It's still got a really good line of sight, doesn't block anything. I like that. Sits pretty damn level with the roof, which is cool. And it's fucking affordable, right? I mean, that's kind of what you're getting when you get these out of country parts. As much as I hate to admit it, they're a little less on the quality as far as fitment goes. The stuff doesn't really fit that well. Like I said, I'm not super happy about having a gap in there, but that thing's clamped down on that bar. It's not going anywhere. The rock sliders were a little different story. So, you know, it's pretty simple. You're just taking these little bolts off, right? But this one right here, I had to oval out quite a bit. There's still material left on that side. I actually did a better job on this one than I did on that side. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but basically it's slotted this way. You've kind of got to angle it up towards their weld. You can see, I mean, it is what it is, dude. You're getting, you know what I mean? Half the shit's not coated right there. The rest of it looks pretty good. I actually checked out the welds. There's only a couple gaps in some things. Like right there, you can see there's kind of a gap. But the welds look pretty decent. It's pretty smooth. The coating's kind of nice. I'm sure as soon as it's dirty, all the dirt's gonna settle into those pores, but whatever. Yeah, it's not bad. But I mean, when you order it, I've seen a couple reviews, and it seems to be the common remark is, hey, my shit showed up, but I had to machine this slightly. I had to open this up a little bit. The bolts weren't there. But they were pretty quick to respond. I mean, they can't send this shit to you right away because they pretend to be in California, but they're not. all the emails come through in half Mandarin, I believe. But you know, they were quick to respond. They did give me some money back, so I give them props for that. I like the way this stuff looks. Like, looks pretty sick. Like, it's not bad, dude. And I think I paid a total of $240 for both the tire carrier and the rock slider. So, hell, I mean, I don't know how you fuck a tire carrier up. But I mean, the rock sliders, they feel kind of lightweight. They're definitely not as thick wall steel as the tubing on that. But I mean, if they give way, they give way, man. You know, at that point, I've probably got bigger problems anyway if something's crushing those in. So that's about it. I'm trying to think what else there was. I had to oval those out. Had to buy hardware for those. That's pretty much it. Just expect that when you buy it, you know. I also didn't receive the whole package when it first showed up. I received just the tire carrier, and I had to kind of go back and forth with them, prove that I ordered both so that they would send me the other part. But they did, and it did show up. Obviously not from China. It must have showed up from an Amazon warehouse because that's where I ordered the shit. But they did make it right, so